Okay, so we're doing a feature of a sort of friend of mine for several years on Instagram and I guess TikTok too. He has a TikTok platform as well. This guy's got a lot going on, more into body mod and piercings really than tattoos, but some tattoo work of course as well, and I'm sure quite a bit more in time. But for now, yeah, the work of Dubhorn is his name.
Excellent. All right. So we'll start with, I guess, the email. My name is Cameron Bright. I've been fascinated by body mods and tattoos since very young. I used to cover myself in those cereal cold water stick-on tattoos as a kid. That's awesome. My first piercing was when I was 5. My dad and I got our left ears done at the mall together. That's awesome. It was the 90s, so left meant something back then. Haha. My current mods are 5 millimeter industrial. I've never seen a stretched industrial, so I did it. 15.5 millimeter conches, 33 millimeter lobes, and 15-ish millimeter labrae, 10 millimeter philtrum. I have my tongue split and pierced. I have subdermal implants under my collarbone and some down south. That can't be used on YouTube. Sorry. My nostrils are 12.6 millimeters and my septum is 24 millimeters. According to the Guinness World Record, the largest documented and competed for is 25 millimeters.
Which is, of course, obvious nonsense, and we've already shown that off.
All right.
The Guinness Book is behind on many
says,
awards.
Of course, there are larger out there,
yeah,
but not competed for that record. My arms are mostly blacked out, but still, I got many more sessions to finish, and I'm planning on getting implants, Uber the thumbs and down the middle of my chest. I still have plans to take my nostrils, conches, and septums a bit bigger. My philtrum is done, and my labrae will be done at 16 millimeters. So let's take a look at this guy.
So yeah, the point about the septum is it is very off. I know of a guy who has like a 34 millimeter septum, so it's not even close. I don't know what the fuck Guinness Book of World Records is thinking sometimes.
Well, I mean, and the problem with the Guinness Book of World Records...
That's just a big pack of bullshit.
Well, I mean, so, like, these guys, they might be submitting for it.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure a lot of them
I
have
feel like
been.
They don't care.
Yeah, it's incredibly disinterested. The response you get is, like, I've been over a year since I applied, and it's almost like they didn't even look at it. Yeah. And it's preposterous. But anyway, not to get too bogged down on that, the 24 millimeters is definitely not a world record, and neither is 25. Mine is 22, and I could have gone a lot bigger than that, but I have zero interest in going bigger than that. Yeah. It gets really easy to stretch piercings when they get this size like that.
I think you're at a really good spot.
Yeah, so I like this, that he can do this. This is really cool. I've thought about stretching my nostrils out this far, like to get them quite big and then just wear tunnels.
You guys can't see it, but I'm shooting like laser daggers at Remy right now because I don't want him to stretch his nostrils. But
when I had my old nostril piercings, I took them out. I got them pierced again like 2 years ago now already. I had stretched my nostrils to like 6 gauge and I just stopped. And
and you have like whole scars from it.
No, that was, I had my lower nostrils pierced as well. I had 4 nostril piercings and one of them migrated. Anyway, I've had so many more piercings than I wear now.
Remy has so many little like nipnar scars.
Yeah, I think I'm about to have one more. I think this one's finally migrating.
Oh no!
But anyway,
I really like the look of the double tongue piercing with the split tongue. I think
he's got
really
a better
cool.
split than mine.
Yeah,
Mine's...
I mean you can go get it deeper, but it looks really cool. It's like it's got a nice look. I like his really happy face in this picture. He's got the Om symbol as well that we keep seeing.
Oh yeah, we've seen that on the palm tattoo.
Yeah,
he's got some implant work, and
the implant work looks really wicked.
He's seen the video we were talking about. Who the hell was it we were talking about implants? I can't even remember. but he sent in what they actually use for his implants.
Oh, wicked.
Though with the
Biomech wire.
yeah, with a heavy caveat that there are many different ways to do this. This is how they did his in his chest here.
I went to a consultation with someone about getting implants, and what they were gonna do was silicone balls.
Yeah, there's all different ways to do it, and I don't think that we perfected the science by any means yet. So I'm not gonna take too much credit for the fact that he has this piece of jerky or salami or whatever the fuck it is through his nose, but it's no secret that I did these crazy TikToks where I was putting carrots and fucking
Sarah's finger.
everything. I did probably 30 of them. And
yeah, and you know what? I actually miss doing them at this point. I've suggested bringing it back, and you're always a little reluctant.
you know, they were really divisive. Some people found these really annoying, and other people really liked them. And overall, I just don't care enough to do it anymore.
You started that candy cane challenge where people were
as
many candy canes through their holes as they could.
I still don't think that anyone will ever have more than I've done.
I mean, this guy might.
I don't think he had enough holes. I think.
I don't know. He's got some extra ones.
I think my ears were uniquely gifted for these challenges. Like just the amount of holes that I had that were large at one point, I think was probably a world record. I think I remember looking at the Guinness Book of World Records for like face tunnels and being far and above it, just because I had so many in my ears that were all stretched. And, you know, a lot of my stuff is smaller than it was. He says his Filtrum is 10 millimeters now and his Libre is 15. Well, my Libre was 26 and it could have been 30 very easily.
Yeah, I'm actually happy that you went down on your Filtrum.
It was so like, it got to a place where it was stretching itself.
Yeah.
And like, I needed to keep upgrading because the jewelry was like falling through the hole sometimes.
You were losing your jewelry. Is this one a surface piercing?
Yeah, it's a surface bar.
Kind of above his.
It's a surface bar.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen too many of those. That's really cool. I like it a lot.
Another thing to note is his 2 eyebrow piercings, which it's a bigger deal than it seems like because they're really hard to keep for whatever reason. For me, I've had my eyebrows pierced like 17 and 11 times. I don't grow much hair on my eyebrows because it's all scar tissue.
Yeah, and his look like the one side looks a little thinner.
Well, it's not even that. You know, he's just wearing really long bars. He should probably just tighten those second bars up like he has on the.
Yeah.
At some point, they probably migrated a little bit.
Yeah.
And they probably stopped. Like, I get that a lot with my bridge. People are like, your bridge is rejecting. I'm like, it's been the same forever.
As long as I've known you, your bridge has looked exactly like that. We've talked about it rejecting before, and you're like, maybe one day, but it hasn't moved.
Well, that's the thing, right? Sometimes they stay where they're at for a very long time, and then they fucking just
out
kick
of
out.
nowhere, just pop out. And so the industrial that he's talking about is this one.
Yeah, it's the bar that connects the 2 holes.
And I haven't ever seen another stretched one before.
Well,
not to that size.
It's anyway. A bit of a trick, right? Because like, to some degree, I have had a stretched industrial.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But you didn't have like a thing that went straight through.
But like this could connect to one of these, and it becomes a stretched industrial.
Yeah.
It's just the placement was done on purpose.
Purposely.
But industrials are just, it's like a top helix and then basically like a middle-low helix piercing.
Yeah, and then they custom a barbell to go through.
Yeah, it's just a specific angle of bar that connects. So as you can see, he's done quite a bit of suspension. You can tell by...
He's got some pretty good. I was wondering about those right when we flipped over,
well,
but then I realized those are definitely suspension.
You know, this is the kind of thing that I feel like you're lucky because, like, there's almost none of this done where we live. There's only one place that does this.
I was at a fetish convention in Calgary.
Yeah, in Calgary, like you said.
Years ago. And they were suspending people left and right. We
really
need to go.
And
I'd love to see you get suspended.
As I said, you're either around it or you're not.
Yeah,
you don't do this.
have.
Yeah, you don't just do this in your backyard with your buddy Larry Like, you have to have people around you that know how to do this shit, or you'll fuck someone up.
I do think that we should travel and find someone to hook you up eventually.
Well, what they say about suspension is you'll either love it or you'll hate it, and you'll know right away.
I know. I'm curious.
And I think that with everything that I've done already and the thrill I get out of the experiential side of things, I'm probably a good candidate for this, and I've always thought so. Because generally, like, the guys that get into suspension aren't the tattoo guys. It's more like the piercing guys. The body mod guys are more into that. No,
for sure. That's what I've noticed too.
Tattoo people are more about aesthetics.
Everybody that I know of that's done suspension or been interested in suspension has been like a piercing.
Yeah, it's generally
a piercer or whatever. Right?
It's a different thing, because it's like people will see this and they'll be like, "You don't get anything from it." It's like, yeah, you do.
Well,
the experience.
You get that moment, right? And sometimes you get some photos and.
So for me, like, especially where I've had so many different tattoos over the years, I'm much more attached to the experience of them than I am to the picture of them.
Well, this is why I want you to have this experience.
Yeah.
I don't know if like Buddy here can relate.
No, he definitely can.
So this like, would these things be this biomech wire? Would that be like a plastic, or what do you think it's made out of?
I'm not actually sure what that stuff is made out of. It's probably silicone, but I can't tell for certain. Like, this doesn't tell enough, unfortunately. But I like the look of, like, having, like, the septum and the nostrils stretched and being able to see straight through his nose. That's always appealed to me.
I mean, good on you. I am not a fan.
He had his conches punched, I think, at either 8 or 9 millimeters. Mine were pierced at regular sizes and stretched up. I think he got his punched shortly after I got mine, or shortly before I got mine pierced.
Some ouch there.
So, like, it just goes to show you that you can stretch your stuff as fast, even from small sizes, because my conches went really quick.
I wonder which hurts more, the stretching or the punching.
I found
like a cartilage punch.
I think
feel good.
I think the punches would hurt a lot more.
Yeah, that healing time. I don't know.
But when you punch things, you can get more deliberate shapes than you can with stretching. With that said, the conches I found really, like, not very painful. When I stretched them. They were really easy to stretch, whereas the helix and the philtrum were very painful to stretch. So different places hurt different. It's not a one size fits all, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buddy's been working on his black arms for quite a while. He's got them to a decent place.
Looks good.
He sent in his black arm a few times. He's got a portrait on the other one.
Looks familiar.
He's been picking away at this for a while. He's been working on his fingers. I don't even know how many passes he's had, but him and his artist seemingly they're getting better every time. So you can pick away at this and get there eventually. If even if you don't have a black work expert that you're working with, like, a lot of people think they need to travel a long way to get blacked out, but there's probably someone in your area that can pull it off if you're willing to be patient with them.
Yeah, these black arms look really great.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, really nice guy. I've known him a long time, and I really wanted to feature his stuff here. And I feel like in a year he'll have quite a few updates to show, because he's definitely more into it for the experiential side of it than the aesthetics, and I can definitely relate to that.